Hey y'all, welcome to Friday's Kitchen. Welcome back if you have been here before. In today's video, we are making a blueberry coconut cream cheese pound cake. If you guys are interested in seeing how I made it, stay tuned. Also, while you're here, I ask that you please take a moment, look down below, press that subscribe button, join our family, and come back for some more recipes. The ingredients for the cake. Up first, we have 3 cups of cake flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, 3 cups of granulated sugar, 6 eggs at room temperature, 3 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature, an 8-ounce package of cream cheese at room temperature. Here we have 2 cups of fresh blueberries that have been coated in 1 tablespoon all-purpose flour. Here we have 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of coconut extract, 1 teaspoon of cream bouquet, and here we have 1/3 cup of coconut flakes. The full recipe will be down below in the description box, and we're going to start by preheating the oven to 300 degrees. I'm going to grab the mixer and we'll be right back. Here we have the butter and cream cheese. I'm going to turn the mixer on and mix until well combined. Once it is, I'm going to go in with the granulated sugar. Once I add the granulated sugar, I'm going to let the mixer run anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes until the mixture becomes nice and fluffy and lightens in color. So now I'm going to turn the mixer back on and add the eggs one at a time. Once I add an egg, I like to wait for the yolk to break before adding the next. Then I'm going to go in with the extracts. I'm going to scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl to make sure everything gets well combined, and then I'm going to gradually add the flour mixture. All right, y'all, so now I'm gonna add the coconut flakes, mix that in really well, and then I'm going to remove the bowl from the mixer and we're going to fold in the blueberries by hand. All right, so here we have our cake batter. I've just gone through and scraped down the sides and bottom of the bowl. Now I'm going to add the blueberries and gently fold in. I didn't mention this earlier, but in case you're not aware, the reason the blueberries have been coated in flour is to hopefully help them from sinking to the bottom of the cake as the cake bakes. All right, so we're gonna set this to the side. Let me go grab the cake pan and I will be right back. The pan that we are going to use to bake the cake, I'm gonna start by spraying with pan baking spray. I will also be lining the pan with parchment paper because we're using blueberries and they are gonna burst and get a little sticky as the cake bakes. I don't wanna risk it sticking to the pan when it's done. So here we have a piece that I've cut out for the bottom of the pan. And I have 2 strips to add for the sides. All right, so our pan is completely lined. I'm going to spray just a little more inside. Now we're going to go in with the cake batter. I'm going to tap the pan against the surface a few times to help release any air that may be trapped inside. I'll let you guys know exactly how long it takes in my oven when I remove it. Here's our cake after 1 hour, 30 minutes in the oven. I'm gonna let it hang out in the pan for about 10 minutes before I come back to turn it out onto a cake board. But you can see some of the blueberries on top, so that lets us know that all the blueberries did not sink to the bottom. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. So now we're gonna go ahead and turn the cake out onto a cake board. I actually want this side of the cake to be right side up, so I'm gonna flip it over once onto a plate and then back over onto the cake board. Look at those blueberries. Here we have the cake board. So we're going to set the cake aside to cool, and in the meantime we're going to go ahead and get started on the blueberry glaze. We're actually going to cook that glaze, so I'm going to go ahead and make it now so it'll have a chance to cool before it's time to pour it onto the cake. So now we're going to go ahead and get started on the glaze. In our Ninja cup we have 3/4 cups of fresh blueberries, 1/2 cup of water. I'm going to go ahead and blend this together really well, and then we're going to add this to 2 cups of powdered sugar and put that in the saucepan. So in our saucepan we have 2 cups of powdered sugar, and I'm just going to pour in the water blueberry mixture. You can see it here. And then I'm just going to mix until it's well combined. So this is what it's looking like. You can see that there are a lot of lumps of the powdered sugar. I'm going to pour this back in the Ninja and run it through that for a couple minutes just to break some of these lumps down. I didn't want to put the powdered sugar in the beginning because I didn't want so much of it to get stuck to the sides of the cup. So I'm going to do that, pour it back in this pot, and then we'll be right back. Now you can see all the lumps of powdered sugar have been removed. Everything is well combined. So I'm going to go ahead and place this on the heat, and I'll check in with you guys occasionally so you can see what the progress is looking like. Here we are after about 3 minutes. We're going to let it continue to sit on the heat until it starts to thicken a bit. Here we are at the 7-minute mark. You can see it's starting to thicken, kind of sticking to the spatula. We're going to give it a few more minutes before we remove it from the heat. Here we are after 12 minutes. You can see it's nice and thick, sticking to the spatula. So I'm going to turn the heat off, add the teaspoon of vanilla extract, mix that in really well, and just pour this in the glass measuring cup. And so when the cake is completely cool, we can go ahead and pour this on top, and we'll be all done. All right, y'all, so the cake is completely cooled. Here we have our blueberry glaze. I'm just going to pour some of this on top, and we will be all done. I know it's about to spill over the size of the small cake board and make a mess. And I'm gonna have some left over because I'm not gonna pour all of this on top. So I use about half of it. If you want to, you can split the recipe in half when making it. I'm always baking, so this won't go to waste. So let me clean up what is spilling around the sides of the cake board, and then I'll be back to give you guys a closer shot. Then we're going to slice the cake so you can see what the inside looks like. We have made it to the end of the video. Here we have the finished product, the blueberry coconut cream cheese pound cake. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions about anything I've done, leave them down below in the comment section. I have to say I did enjoy this cake. I wasn't sure about the combination of blueberry and coconut, but I think it ended up going really well together and it was really moist. So I would recommend you guys give this recipe a try. While you're here, I ask that you please take a moment, look down below, press that subscribe button, join our family, come back for some more recipes. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. As always, I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.